All right, welcome back to the channel, my friends. Let's talk malware again. I know I shot a previous video about this, talking about, just add Cloudflare, start doing backups. Okay, so there's two things you could do right off the gate. Cloudflare is free. It's just a layer in between your domain and your hosting. Do that. It's really easy to do, actually. So you'd go and set up like your HostGator or your Hostinger or whatever shared or VPS that you're going to set up. Go set that up first. Kind of give that a couple hours to propagate over. Then add the Cloudflare layer, and then that will just, you got to change over some DNS. You got to add in some additional things there to the DNS of the domain, and then it's good to go. Okay, so let's talk about some other stuff you could do. Again, we're in a super simple range of things still, right? The third thing you could do is just make sure all your plugins and themes are updated. All the old ones that you're not using anymore, don't let them just sit there, ticking away, needing updates, going 5, 10, 15, 20 versions, just sitting there stale, stagnant. Just get rid of that completely. Another thing that you could do is you could remove or stop the access of the plugin and theme editor completely. That is a common way in. So you could stop that. You could make changes to htaccess or wp-config. I'll add a couple snippets in the comments below of some things that you could stop, which would stop file rewrites or file editing completely. Again, if you're the only one doing these edits or you're working with AI, it will work around these things or tell you, and we can remove it, make the changes, add it back. So it's really not that big of a deal, especially with how much of a helping hand you get with different AI tools and things like that now. I really think these things are incredibly simple not to be doing, right? So that was like 5 or 6 things we just rattled off completely to try and lock this down. But you could go a step further. You could do something like Wordpress, which is a premium WordPress plugin that we sell, which is about security. So what will this do? This will allow us to do two-factor authentication on the WP admin or login page. It'll allow us to completely change the login page. It will create some firewall rules and start to really track and mitigate IP addresses. Sometimes a little overly aggressive, okay? It can be very aggressive to where it actually blocks you out. Some of the funniest stuff we had when we were developing that was that it was so aggressive, it was blocking me from being able to log in myself. So it can get that ridiculous. You don't want to be in that realm, because then it becomes hard and cumbersome to even operate your business and your website, right? But I'm just saying. What else can we do? We can do a lot of different layers in with how people and robots are able to access the website, which you can do on Cloudflare as well, but they start to really want to charge you money for like blocking countries and blocking bulk IP addresses. That is premium plans. And I'm trying to keep you within the free realm of Cloudflare, but Cloudflare offers a lot now too. They are out of the gates allowing you bot blocking access right as you set up or add the domain to Cloudflare. So you just gotta be careful with some of that, because it does block your ability to be able to connect with MCP. We have a whole write-up on that as well with Royal MCP, which is a free plugin that we offer. We ran into some issues, and users are running into issues with the settings being a little bit too aggressive on Cloudflare blocking bots, which was blocking Claude and the MCP to be able to even access. And it's just simply because Cloudflare hasn't caught up with all the, you want to call it URLs or IP addresses, means in which the bots are accessing the MCP. So it got overly aggressive and blocked it. But, things like that you can even do if you didn't want to splurge and buy the plugin or somebody else's plugin. You could do a lot on Cloudflare. It's still in the free level, as you're getting notifications or as you're seeing things happening, you could be blocking IP addresses. You could set up and mess around with your robots file, your htaccess file. You could create an LLMs .txt file, which would alleviate a lot of maybe bot traffic that you wanted to block on the other side. Then you would allow them to just read this file. So there's routing we can do there. But yeah, security-wise, those are the basics. Getting into some of the more, aggressive things like two-factor authentication. Everyone's kind of using that everywhere. So, why not use it here? And then possibly even looking at changing your WP login URL address, getting rid of the stock files, the licensing files that come with the WordPress install, things like that are all basic things that you can do. I don't know, what was that, 10 plus things that I just rattled off that you could do to beef up the security of the site. And none of that is really impeding your usability of the site or making it so difficult or so annoying that you just don't even want to bother with it anymore. I would stick with the basics. Once we get into advanced stuff that we tend to forget, if we're doing too much new stuff in a short amount of time, we're going to forget, and it's going to get us into trouble. So anyways, if you got a hack or a idea security wise that you want to share in the comments below, let us know. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.